Hello students, welcome to this session of Environment and Ecology. Today we'll be discussing about previous year questions related to climate change, followed by previous year questions of organizations, agreements and treaties related to environment and ecology. So let us begin with this session. So question is from 2019. In the context of which of the following do some scientists suggest the use of cirrus cloud thinning technique and the injection of sulfate aerosol into stratosphere, right? So the question is about the geoengineering, right? So geoengineering. What is geoengineering? Geoengineering is a theoretical method, or it is a theoretical concept based upon which certain scientists are saying that we'll be able to reduce the impact of climate change. Why? Because as per those scientists, with geoengineering, we'll be able to reduce the incoming solar radiations and their intensity, as well as will be able to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere of the earth. But the methods that they talk about, like placing mirrors in the space, mimicking volcanoes, building artificial trees, etc., are unproven techniques as of now. And that's why they are theoretical ways talked about by certain scientists to mitigate climate change, right? And cirrus cloud thinning as well as injection of sulfate aerosol into stratosphere are also considered as methods of geoengineering, and they are for reducing the global warming mentioned in option D, right? So answer for this question is answer or option D. Right, so you can go through these explanation PPTs. So cirrus cloud thinning. Cirrus cloud do not reflect a lot of solar radiation back into space, and it keeps those solar radiations trapped within Earth's atmosphere. And if there is thinning of cirrus clouds, then those trapped solar radiations will be able to escape in the space, and hence with cirrus cloud thinning technique will be able to reduce global warming. And injecting sulfur aerosol is like mimicking the volcanic eruptions, because we know that with volcanic eruptions it is sulfur dioxide which is emitted as a prime gas, as a result of which there will be formation of clouds which will hinder the insolation of sun, or which will not allow the incoming solar radiations to penetrate through those clouds and to reach to the earth's surface, and hence insolation will reduce, and thus the intensity of terrestrial radiations, which are a prime cause for global warming, will also reduce, right? So answer for this question is D. Next question now. Which of the following statements are correct about the deposits of methane hydrates? Statements are: first, global warming might trigger the release of methane gas from these deposits. Second statement, large deposits of methane hydrate are found in Arctic tundra and under sea floor. Third statement, methane in atmosphere oxidizes to carbon dioxide after decades or two, right? So you have to find out correct statements from these three statements mentioned about methane hydrate. So first of all, what are methane hydrates? Methane hydrate is a crystalline solid that consists of methane molecule surrounded by a cage of interlocking water molecule, right? So methane hydrate is like this. So molecule of methane molecule will be surrounded by water, molecule of waters, right? So this is a chemical structure of methane hydrate. Next, methane hydrate is an ice that only occurs naturally in subsurface deposits where temperature and pressure conditions are favorable for its formation. So primarily it is found only in the subsurface locations where temperature and pressures are favorable for the formation of methane hydrate. Next slide. So let us consider these statements. First statement, considering that methane hydrates are only formed under very specific conditions that we have mentioned just now, subsurface conditions with certain pressure and temperature conditions. It is conceivable that global warming, which is as a matter of fact includes warming of oceans, could affect the stability of methane hydrates. And that's why first statement is correct statement. So those conditions which are necessary for the formation of methane hydrates may be disturbed as a result of global warming, and thus there will be certain emissions or there will be disturbances in the stability of methane hydrates, which may lead to emission of methane gas, and that's why first statement is correct statement. Statement 2. 4 earth environments have the temperature and pressure conditions suitable for the formation and stability of methane hydrate. So there are 4 conditions based upon which formation and stability of methane hydrates will be maintained on the Earth's surface. What are those? First, sediment and sedimentary rock units below Arctic permafrost. Second, sedimentary deposits along continental margins. Third, deep water sediments of inland lake and seas. And finally, under Antarctic ice. So the second statement, which mentions that methane hydrates are primarily found in the Arctic tundra and seafloor, is correct, because these are the 4 location or earth environments where we will be able to find out methane hydrates, and that's why second statement is also a correct statement. Next, methane oxidation allows methanotropic bacteria to use methane as a source of energy, reacting methane with oxygen as a result of producing carbon dioxide and water. So there is a possibility that the methane hydrates may be converted into carbon dioxide and water, and that's why it may again trigger global warming, because it is emitting carbon dioxide, and that's why even third statement is correct statement, and hence all these 3 statements mentioned about methane hydrates are correct, and that's why answer is D. Right? Consider the following states: Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha. With reference to the states mentioned above in terms of percentage of forest cover, so what we are supposed to take into account? Percentage of forest cover to the total area of state. Which one of the following is the correct ascending order? So we know that the government releases state of forest report after every 2 years, and as a result of that the question has appeared, right? So state of the forest report says that it is Maharashtra among these states which will have lesser area compared to its total area under forest cover. And that's why this particular, and it is Madhya Pradesh which will have the highest area under it. Sorry, it is the Chhattisgarh which is the state with highest area of forest compared to its area, total area. Fine. So Maharashtra should be at first, and thereafter Chhattisgarh should be at last. So now we are left with two places. So out of these, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha, it is Madhya Pradesh whose location or whose area under forest cover compared to total area is bit lesser than Odisha. Right? And that's why answer of this question is C. Right? So it is first Maharashtra, followed by Madhya Pradesh, then Odisha, and then Chhattisgarh as the ascending order of forest covers compared to total area of those states. Right? So answer is C. Next question now. Which of the following are in Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve? So this question is again a typical question. Just a minute. This question is again a typical question. Why I'm saying like that? Because see, it would be very difficult for us to know a particular biosphere reserve and the association of that biosphere reserve with other protected areas, because there are almost 20 biosphere reserves in India. So the next question is, which of the following are in Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve? So again, this is a very typical question that has been asked in the exam, because what they are asking, they have given us a particular biosphere reserve, that means Agasthyamala, which is there in the state of Kerala, and they have asked this particular biosphere reserve is associated with which of the protected areas. Fine. So that's why I'm saying it as a typical question. We know that Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve is in the southern parts of Kerala. So that hint we can use to solve this question. So let us start with option D. Option D mentions about Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Reserve. And we are rightly aware of the fact that Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Reserve is in the state of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It is shared by these two states. And that means it is not there in the state of Kerala. So you should eliminate it. Now, option C. We know that the Papikonda Wildlife Sanctuary is also not there in Kerala. So you should again eliminate it. Right? Now, Muddumalai, Sathyamangalam, Wayanad Sanctuaries and Silent Valley National Park are quite confusing. But if you are aware of the fact, the Sathyamangalam National Park or Sathyamangalam protected areas is there in the state of Tamil Nadu. Right? So Agasthyamala, one more thing in this particular state, in this particular option, Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, yes, it is there in the state of Kerala, but it is at the northern tip of Kerala. Fine. So Agasthyamala is at the south and Wayanad is at the is in the northern area, and that's why again you should be able to eliminate this, and that's why you are left with A only. So even if you are not aware of exact protected areas located inside Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve, still you'll be able to find out the answer, right? And hence answer for this question is A. It is Neyar, Pepara, Shendurni Wildlife Sanctuaries and Kalakad Mundanathurai Tiger Reserve that are located inside Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve. And hence answer is A. Right? Next question now. Which one of the following national parks lies completely in the temperate alpine? So the question is related to temperate alpine locations, and we are supposed to find out the national park that is located in the temperate alpine locations. So let us start with the Manas National Park. Manas is there in the state of Assam, and Assam is not at all associated with temperate alpine, and hence you should eliminate it. Similarly, Namdhapa National Park, because of its comparatively lower heights, is not there in the temperate alpine locations. Nevra Valley National Park, which is there in the Darjeeling location, is again not associated with temperate alpine locations, but it is Valley of Flowers National Park, which lies in the Uttarakhand, and it lies in the inner Himalayan locations, because of which it is associated with temperate alpine kind of conditions, and hence it is Valley of Flowers National Park which exhibits temperate alpine conditions, and hence answer is D.